Nobody can. Why you middle name?
Shante.
Nobody can run Britannic Shante Hill. You mad? And when you're right, you want to go for my rifle for them, father.
No.
I leave it as anybody run Britannic, me I go for your rifle. I swear for my life.
Where's the father?
I swear for my life.
Yeah.
Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. The video that you saw at the start of this was of a young youth that once lived at 100 Lane, that is off Red Hills Road, volatile community. The other day, the Paw security team JDF went on some sorts of special operation. They were looking for a target. Based on the Paw security team's account of the situation, when they went in a specific place, they were fired upon by a group of men. They returned fire, you know the cliche script. After the smoke cleared, this youth was hit up. They also said that they recovered a Glock, I think, with a couple of rounds in the magazine. When that incident happened, the residents, his neighbors, grandmother, family members come out and them say, Rasheem Wilson is a good youth. Him a 14 or 15 and them take away one innocent picnic that only likes to play video game. He was in his house on his phone. He lives his life on the phone. And the poor wicked, the soldier them wicked. All sorts of protests, you know, the normal routine that happens whenever anybody gets conned up in the garrison, whether they are innocent or whether they are the Don, Gunman. It is called the same sorts of reception. Now people, here is the facts. Based on what the Paw said, them recover a tool, so you know that that is going to be problematic whenever anybody lose their life and a tool is recovered, especially when the Paw report says that somebody fired upon them. That is actually a closed case as it pertains to Indicom. So therefore, you can expect, meaning the family members and the residents that were protesting, no sorts of favorable results. There's also a couple of pictures that accompanied that video. These are the pictures on your screen right here as I speak. You see him posing with a tool, a tall up a rifle, look like some sorts of AR, some sorts of ASSAU-LT rifle. The Paw confirmed that yes, the person in said pictures is him, Rasheem himself in live and in living DEAD color as it exists right now. As a matter of fact, when checks were made, it is said that he was registered to Pembroke Hall High School. However, he has not been attending school anytime, none at all. So therefore, he was an absentee. When you check from people in the neighborhood who are actually telling the truth, them say, he was like a tumbleweed. Him go from this house to that house. Nobody can talk to him. So the grandmother that came out protesting, she know that he was a troubled child. She know more than likely that he was involved. Because people, here is what happens in these garrisons. People talk, people business. Everybody knows what is going on. If you're going at the neighborhood or you're living at the neighborhood, you know who are the problem people. You know who are the crime producer. You know who are the dons. You know who are the top shotter. You know who are the mediocre shotter. So everybody knows everybody's business because most people don't work. So therefore, mix up and you know, say bad news spread like wildfire. The grandmother then came out and she did some sorts of interview, I guess, with the Star. And she's now claiming that that tool that this youth is posing up with, it is a plastic gun. Pretty much it is some sorts of prop. Now people, when you hear this, it makes absolutely no sorts of sense. Because if you look, assess, analyze this tool, it actually looks real. As a matter of fact, if it even not real, if you go on any sorts of mission like this, for rob anybody, when the case goes to court, you are going to be charged for a rifle. You are not going to be charged for any sorts of prop gun, whether it is real or not, whether it's a one pop, whether it's some sorts of fake replica. It is the same sorts of charge. If the popo buck you up with that tool that the grandmother claimed that is some sorts of plastic gun, you are going to get the same response. It is not going to be good. They are going to send you to the afterlife. So let's say what she's saying is true and is a plastic gun. People, here's the thing, the new rules. Don't you even realize the big artists such as the Skilly Bang, whenever they do any sorts of video, they are backed by big company. You do not see them with any sorts of real prop gun most of the time, unless of course it is illegal. As a matter of fact, the law, based on what the JCF says, is that you need to get some sorts of permit before you film any sorts of video with any sorts of prop gun. So therefore, the likely possibility of you having any sorts of prop for any sorts of video is very minimal. So this grandmother is claiming says a plastic gun / prop gun. We had no sorts of information that he was an artist. So therefore, it seems as if them are flip-flop on them statement now. First, them claim say him innocent. First, them claim say him only play a video game. Then when the pictures come out, them a say is a plastic gun, is a prop gun. Which one is it? You cannot get any sort of authorization to film any sorts of music video with any sorts of prop gun, especially one that looks so real, it must be real. As a matter of fact, back in the days when we were young, them used to have all sorts of water gun, the colorful one, them, the green, the pink, the yellow, the red. When was the last time have you ever seen one of those red guns or one of those neon looking guns? It's been a little while. As a matter of fact, the facts are these. Unfortunately, it is easier to get access to a real gun than to get access to a prop or a plastic gun. I have not seen any, none at all. The last time that I've seen one of these is when some sorts of man of unsound mind, them call them madman, was walking around with some sorts of tool that he made in a some sorts of woodwork shop or in a the madhouse. So when we hear grandmothers like these come out and them come out with all sorts of picket sign and them a protest, we should not give them the time of the day because they are the problem, they are the root of the problem. Whenever you see a grandma comes out and she is like 30, less than 40, this tells you that is the problem. Grandma have picnic when she have picnic. Fear picnic have picnic when she have picnic. So therefore, what they get is a menace to society in most cases. A lot of the times, these people are not gainfully employed. A lot of times, these little youths are going out there, robbing people, taking up all sorts of hits. So therefore, they are beneficiaries of these crimes, beneficiaries of these takeaway. So therefore, whenever them say the feeding tree gets cut down literally, then they are upset. But the truth and the fact is that that is the foundation that you build for this youth. This youth was always straying, and people, whenever you stray, you will go astray, as in the afterlife. And that is exactly what happened in this case. And the last thing before I finish on this topic, whenever we see these people protest in these volatile communities, they are under duress. That means they done the gunman them in the era. If them not see the people them go out and a protest, even when they know that this person is not innocent. Just to give you a little more details, in most of these garrisons, they have what is called the sleeper and the sweeper. The sleeper are those persons that look out and alert the gunmen whenever the popo are coming. However, it seems as if sometimes the sleepers fall asleep. As in the case, people go to sleep. The people that are called the sweepers, They are the ones, whenever there's any sorts of SHOOT out between the popo and the gunmen, what they do, they pick up certain spent shells, as in the spent shells of the gunmen. So therefore, when Indicom or the popo come back, then them are going to say, it was no sorts of SHOOT outs. People, the sad reality of these people and these garrison is that it is tragic. And whenever you live under tragic circumstances, the results are usually the same. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, there was a recruitment campaign by the U.S. Army, Navy, and them, and it went something like this. We need a few good men. It seems as if the JCF, Jamaica Constabulary Force, is using that same campaign. However, it seems as if they kind of misinterpret, or somebody misinterpreted what they meant. Because there's a picture or a couple of videos that are making its round on social media, in which this member of the JCF was seen posing in his uniform. Don't know if he had on some sorts of filter. However, he was kind of looking feminine. People like me say, I do not care what people want to do with their lifestyle. That is their lifestyle to uphold. That is what they feel comfortable with. That is what they are going to do. I am not here to cast any sorts of judgment upon anybody. However, I am sure that Jamaica being the type of society it is, and the JCF being the type of place that it is, some sorts of macho man, not many men. I am sure that based on how much of the men in the JCF are, they are going to want the upper hierarchy to rethink their policy as to who can enter and who can stay in the JCF. Truth and the fact is that once this person can do their job, once this person is capable, once this person is honest, it should not be the criteria of your sexual preference whenever they are hiring. I am just hoping that if and when this person comes under pressure or fire under their ASS, he does not start to run and scream. And I say, me never sign up for this. Me no depend where them depend. Me a run for my life because me knowing it. Me no want to get dead up. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link in the description of this video. Bless up.